Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm a lot more comfortable with other people's sweat on me than I am in high heels, but this is part of the gig, so we just make the most of it, you know. It's fun every once in a while to get dressed up, right? I know. Yeah, I mean, I just congratulate her. You know, this is her night. I think it's very well deserved. She's the GOAT. She deserves all of her roses and all of her flowers, and then we'll see. I don't know. I'm not. That's above my pay grade. I'm just here to look pretty and talk a little shit. I mean, it's an honor, you know. American Top Team is time tested, and it's built quite the legacy, and to be a small part of it is, for me, a huge honor and a huge responsibility, and I'm ATT till I die, baby. No, I mean, of course I was ready right then, like I want to fight for the title, I want this, that, and the other, and all in God's time, God's plan. But I think when you visualize something and you have a dream for, you know, from the first day I started MMA, this was the dream. And so once it happened, I was like, oh wait, we're done? Like, we did it, but we're not done yet. Oh man, I think the body of work. You know, it's not necessarily one moment, but I think it's all of the moments collectively, and it's how I did it. I didn't change who I am. I stayed true to myself. I'm proud of the woman that I look at in the mirror, and I think that sometimes it's easy for champions to get lost a little bit in that, and so I'm proud of who I am.
Speaking of that, take a look at it. Maybe a lot of people may have their certain things that stood out to me. What stood out to you, though, in terms of when you look at those memories? This was my personal favorite.
In my career? I mean, obviously winning America's first gold medal was, you know, I think that becoming UFC champion and winning America's first gold medal, like, those moments were so special. It's still, like, I'm still living in a dream right now in terms of, like, coming off the UFC title win. Like, the whole night was magical, and yeah, so I'm truly blessed.
You mentioned how you're such an inspiration to top teams, and if you're something like that, how does that move you to continue to push yourself?
Yeah.
All eyes are on you.
Wow. I mean, that's like the highest praise he could give me. Pantoja is my inspiration, you know? Like, when I'm having a rough day in the gym, I look at him, and actually, every time I go with him, like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I usually go with him the last round of Mako Mondays, and if I do, I probably am going to throw up. Like, chances, 9 out of 10 times, I'm by the bucket throwing up. He's a leader in who he is. He's a family man. He's taken the hard road to get here, and he hasn't skipped any of the steps, and so he's an inspiration to me. And to hear that he thinks that is, like, it's the highest praise you could give me, especially from your teammates. You know, these are the people who sweat and bleed and cry with you, so that's like, yeah, that's an honor.
I can imagine there's so many people riding around that are kids you too.
Yes.
And there's a lot of young girls in sports that will come to you to where you are, which inspire you like you. Who are the 3 role models to you that inspire you?
Ooh, 3 role models. That's a great question. 3 role models. Well, my mom, another woman who has been dealt a pretty rough hand, but turned it into roses. You know, she always has a smile on her face, is always looking at the brighter side of life, has never given up, has never quit. So I take a lot of inspiration from my mom. Both my grandmothers, actually, also, like, the matriarchs of the family. Just good people. It's not necessarily about the success you have. I think it's most important to me is who you are. And these women taught me how to lead from the front and not be afraid to chase my dreams. And they've always supported me. And so I wouldn't be the woman I am today if it weren't for them. Well, that's really my day job. At night, I get to like punch people in the face. Yeah.
As mom, what was the reaction from your kids after?
I mean, they were pumped. I mean, my daughter was excited. My son doesn't really care. He's still he's 6, so he's just like, oh, mom's home. What did you bring me from New Jersey? You know, and I'm like, I brought you a belt. And he's like, no, I mean like candy, chocolate, like what do we got? Yeah, so my daughter, both my kids do judo right now. I teach them judo, and my daughter has especially shown a big interest in it. She's very fierce. She's very fearless, and yeah, it makes me a little bit emotional to think about because she hasn't had the easiest road, and there's been a lot of uncertainty in her life, and to see her thriving and blossoming into the young woman she's becoming is, yeah, it's greater than any belt.
What's it like for her to be able to remove some of her obstacles? Because she's in that to face so many now.
Yeah, I mean, that was the goal, you know. The moment I became a mom, all of a sudden my life wasn't about me, and no one can prepare you for that, and no one tells you about that, but the moment you become a parent, your whole life changes in the blink of an eye. And I just want my children to grow up safe, loved, seen, secure. I want them to know that mom's got their back no matter what. And I want them to chase their dreams and to live life out loud and to be fearless. And it was a rocky start, you know. I'm sure every new parent will tell you, like, the first year is scary and intimidating and overwhelming, but God, it's so worth it, you know. Like, it's the hardest thing I've ever done and the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Winning results, does that give them any extra power when it's time to tell them to go to bed?
No. In fact, it's actually, I feel like it's somehow harder. I'm like, don't you know who I am? They don't care.
You know, it's funny because you've been a champ before, but has life changed much, like on the streets, from being a UFC champion?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. There's definitely, the UFC is a machine, and it's a global sport, and it's very, very popular. And so my life has changed a little bit, just in the sense of, like, you know, we go to the beach, and some young high school kid is like, oh my God, is that Kayla Harrison? I played you on UFC 5, you're so good. And I'm like, oh, wow. We don't even have a video game console at my house, you know? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, how do I look at it? So yeah, life has definitely changed, and it comes with the territory. But again, I feel like it's an honor and a privilege to be standing here and to, just to get to chase my dreams in front of the world and show kids and even adults that it's okay to be fearless and be who you are.
And last question, guys. I know you do it for the kids to provide, but you got to give yourself a little something as well. So, I mean, did you buy any animals for the house?
Not yet, but it is on my mind. I got to tell you, we have like a bit of a tour coming up. We're going to go to Boston to see my judo family, and then we're going to go to Ohio to see our family, and after that, the kids are going to go camping for a couple days, and I'm going to be home on like a little momcation, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to buy another lot? Am I going to buy an alpaca? Like, what's happening?
Well, you earned it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.